Happy Monday, October 2nd, everybody. So I woke up at the butt crack of dawn to the sun and the moon glaring through my window as if to say, get the fuck up, Sandy. Get up. I'm like, okay, here we go. So as I was getting myself ready and making my bed, I'm hearing the song, whose bed have your boots been under? Whose hearts are you breaking, I wonder? Or however the words go. And I thought to myself, self, where you been in your dream state? Country Music Awards or something? So anyway, I had to go take care of one of my little people. So lots of times in my little people sessions, I may go to their house and prepare them a snack or breakfast or take them for a walk or ride a bike. They don't just come to my office, okay? So in my conversation with this little person, I'm like, so have the guides been talking to you? And I get, no, not really. They've been kind of quiet. And I'm like, oh, well, I mean, they do tell me like when to do something. I said, well, do tell. They're like, well, I was going to take my airplanes to school. And on Thursday, they told me not to take them to school because I was going to go to my dad's that night and I wouldn't be able to bring them home. So instead, they reminded me the next day that I could take them because I was going to come straight home afterwards. Because the background on that is that little person's toys that belong to the mom's house stay at the mom's, and the one that belonged to the dad's house stays at the dad's. So I said, all right, well, more on that topic later. And so this little person's guides are still kind of working on the atmosphere, watching out for meteors or things that hit the planet. But anyway, that's not the whole point of my morning story. So I'm going to break this up in two parts by giving you a background on this part. So I was asking a question this morning and my goofball self said, oh yeah, well, what would Jesus say? What would Jesus do? And a little background on that is I grew up with a religious mom. I grew up Catholic, and then my mom converted to Seventh-day Adventist when I was 12, 13. So I went from one indoctrination to another indoctrination, very different from each other. So as a small child going through all of these things, anytime I read any kind of scriptorials, I would always hear, I didn't write that, I didn't say that, that's not my name, etc. So I've always had a relationship with Yeshua, what many would refer to as Jesus. And then the older I got, I couldn't even say the name Jesus or God or certain things because I knew that they were man-made names. And so it would just viscerally give me a repellent. Sometimes a punch in the gut, like, ugh, from the inside out. Like, ugh, that is such falsification. I just can't. So let's just wait for other people to wake up and let all this stuff get exposed. So that's a little bit about the background on my religious story. And because I don't want my video to go too long, I'm just going to keep this as part 1. So you got to go over to part 2 to hear my messaging from Jesus-Yeshua. All right? So I'll see you over there on part 2.